Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to talk about chemistry. That is one whole new aspect for mobile that came this season, and it is probably the most dominating factor, I would say. I mean, even more than say overall chemistry is. You go to have 120 chemistry. You cannot see a single squad in the leaderboard without 120 chemistry unless they are obviously using some accelerators and hacking. So guys, this is the squad I have got at the moment for league versus league and VSA. I wouldn't say the attacking players are too great because the skill boost, the skill moves and all are not that great. With Costa, there are no other special trades, and lane change role is not effective. But I got him there because of this reason. Guys, if you want to know about chemistry, go to the player bio. At the bottom right, you can see he gives, this is what he gives out. So any player who gets linked with him, so in this case for Costa, the link would be with the cam and the left midfielder and the right midfielder. Those are you can see those lines, and the reason I got him is because he gives 4 chemistry to those who are of Spanish nationality and 1 chemistry to Atletico Madrid and 1 to La Liga. So if there is some Spanish Atletico Madrid player, he would get 6 chemistry from Costa. A normal Spanish player from some other team but of same La Liga, then he would get 5 chemistry. So that should happen here. Costa would give 5 chemistry to Vitolo and Carlos Soler. He would give 1 chemistry to Modric. Okay, I'll show the chemistry view as well. You can see Modric is only on 4 chem, but okay, it is not showing exactly right. It happens sometimes actually, like it doesn't show it perfectly, but I got 120 chem. So guys, make sure to check that chemistry view. Now you can see the same squad. I just swapped players and brought them back, and now you can see the right chemistry. The problem is earlier it was showing wrong chemistry, and in game in VSA and all, that wrong chemistry is applied. I was getting counter attack against 83 and 120 chemistry because my chemistry was showing wrong. That is something the developers have said they are working on, so there's a bug at the moment. So don't worry about it. What we can do is to go to this chemistry view, and if something is not all right, then swap some players back and forth, and then it should get back to normal. You can see I got a few players on 12 chem, most of them Spanish nationality except for Varane, because Varane is of French nationality, but I got him surrounded by Real Madrid players, so that's good for him. Okay, let's see this one. He gives 4 chem to Spain and 1 chemistry to Real Madrid and 1 to La Liga. So Varane would get 2 chemistry from him, and another Spanish player says Soler would get 5 chemistry from him for being Spanish and from La Liga. So that is where you can see there's a bright line or the hyperlink between Soler and Odriozola, whereas the link between Casemiro and Odriozola or Varane and Odriozola, that is not that bright, because even though they are teammates, the lines is weaker because the chemistry is weaker between them. But then again, you don't need to get all hyperlinks for getting 120 chemistry. I got some mostly I built this team around. When I built this team, my first was making all Spanish and Spain nationality. So for that I used players like Marcos Llorente and Dani Ceballos and all. slowly building a Spanish team, and then later I added some Real Madrid players like Casemiro and Modric into the lineup without having to compromise too much on chemistry. Here you can see I will be able to do even more once I get that Ramos and then maybe Isco. I would be able to improve my overall without having to compromise on chemistry. So, the key would be at the moment, hybrid squads are a bit difficult. It isn't impossible, but it is very difficult and could be expensive as well, because it's difficult combining leagues or and leagues and nationalities and all at the moment, especially with so many links. I mean, console has a less number of links per players, but here we got a lot of links for many players, so that's another thing for us to work on. So for me, I built a La Liga and mostly Spanish-based squad, and later on I added some Real Madrid players. The most common squad I see these days is the Serie A squad, which is a very good choice, I would say, because of okay, wait a second. So this is my league mates Serie A squad, which is a very smart choice because we get that Dybala and we get that Ronaldo and we get that Milinkovic Savic from doing the event, that's campaigns. So that's three elites that we get who are untradeable, and Savage being a master and Ronaldo at 84, which is a very sensible choice, and which is why I see this a lot. And at this early, it's impossible. I mean, it's possible, but very difficult and expensive. And anyway, we are. I don't think any of us are going to stick with these teams for the rest of the season because of special cards and all coming up. We still don't know how their chemistry and all would work. So it's better to build a simpler one league based squad. Even in that, the smartest choice would be to have players from same league and same nationality. Like I went with maximum Spanish La Liga players. Like this, my friend here went with Italian and Serie A players, and then there are many with EPL players, especially English EPL players. You would even go full one team lineup. Here is mostly Liverpool except for the goalkeeper. And again, that also gives you that chemistry you need because most of those players link well. But it's not the same for everybody, especially say the likes of Real Madrid. It would be a bit difficult because most of Real Madrid's key players, say Modric, Isco, Cruz, Gareth Bale, Benzema, all of them give 4 chemistry to their nationality. So guys, this is the most important thing, the player bio. They give 4 chemistry to their national teammates, so even if you put them nearby, they would give only 2 chemistry to each other because they are from Isco, Cruz and Modric, Bale, Benzema. They're all from different nations, so they would only give 2 chemistry, one for being in Real Madrid and one for being in La Liga. So that, my friends, won't be enough to reach that 120 overall mark. So you need to think and maybe replace some players with some others who would actually give the necessary chemistry. That's why I got the likes of Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets, because again with them they also give 4 chemistry to their nationality. But my squad is a lot of Spanish players, so that's very helpful. He would give 5 chemistry to another Spanish player from La Liga. So what Jordi Alba does is that he gives 5 chem to Vitolo, Busquets and Vallejo here. And guys, building an EPL squad would be a cheaper and simpler alternative at this point in time, at least, because you could just get a few of those gold players if you want to save your coins for, say, the Black Friday event, which should come very soon, because Black Friday is like, I think, 23rd of this month, and so it should come very soon. So for that, if you want to save your coins and trading and everything, so you can just buy some of those gold players, train them up. You got the likes of Kepa and Fred from the both are untradeable and we get them for free. And there are many English players as well, from Manchester United and all. So you can just, they all link very well together. So that could again be another key factor. You can see 1 to England, 3 to United, and 2 to Premier League. So when you get another 2 from United and Manchester United and England nearby, so he gives perfect chemistry to them, both of them. That's hyperlinks. You see a lot of hyperlinks there. When you have a few hyperlinks, then even few normal links work well. So guys, key is to base it on something like, say, a league and nationality. One club squads are cool, but could be a bit more expensive unless you are going with a squad like a cheaper version that's not used by too many players. Like my friend here, he is a huge Schalke fan and he had a full Schalke lineup last season as well, and he's continuing it. Schalke would be cheaper, I would say, because say they are less in demand compared to a Barcelona or a Juventus, but that's a smart choice as well. And with few of them giving good chemistry to each other and some German players and all around there, that's an easier link. Same with Bayern Munich. Of course, they're not cheap, but Bayern Munich has a lot of German players. It's like the Spanish players in La Liga, or the Italian players in the Serie A, or the English players in the Premier League, or the Germans in the Bundesliga. These are all easier and simpler and say cheaper alternatives for building basic squads. And in the leaderboard, you'll see everybody with say a full chemistry only. Each and every one of them would have maximum chemistry. As Smoothies is famous. Of course, he would keep changing squads, but not all of us can afford it. And you can see he's rocking full La Liga lineup at the moment, because again there are no icons yet, there are not much special cards yet. So guys, better to wait for those events to come. If you want to keep coins for trading, then you can even make a simple 83 or 84 rated squad without much coins, basing on one league, and that would be the safest way to go, at least for now, because we need that chemistry to move up in this VSA ladder. And by moving up in the VSA ladder, we unlock skill boosts and we get skill boosts as well. I'm not a fan of this 4 hour or 6 hour and 8 hour and all stuff, but these rewards are very useful and we really need them. So that's the reason why I'm gonna keep doing this, keep grinding VSA. I even had a master pack yesterday. I think I showed in the previous video. I still got some skill boosts that I need to unlock, and that I can unlock only by reaching higher levels in VSA. And to reach higher levels in VSA, we need to have 120 chemistry, guys. That's a must. Otherwise, we will be spammed with counters and counter attacks, and we cannot do anything about it. So, guys, build a 120 chemistry team and then start winning VSA matches. Before buying the players, make sure you guys check the player bio to see which country or to which club he gives. If he gives more chemistry to the club or more to the nation. You can see, like I said, Modric was giving for more to the or same as many of the other players in my squad was giving more chemistry to their nationalities. But here we got a player like a Casemiro who is giving 4 chemistry to Real Madrid. So on the Real Madrid player near him, he would get, irrespective of his nationality, he would get 5 chemistry. So if you are building a squad of same club, then you will need guys like this. If you are making a squad of same nation, then you need guys who give more chemistry to the nation. So that is the thing to go by, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys build your 120 chem teams and rock the VSA.